Joyful blessings. This is Kaylin Castell with a look at Venus number magic, especially the number 243. This is part one of a series I'm planning on creating, and we are activating our divine destiny with this information because, of course, we inform the mysteries as much as they inform us. And having this information helps us to be able to inform those mysteries more consciously, more co creatively, with greater fun and success. So, with that in mind, we're going to look at how Venus and the Earth are considered sister planets by astronomers. They're the closest in size of any planets in our entire solar system. They're the closest in size to each other. And Venus mirrors the Earth in many ways, including that Venus spins the opposite direction as the Earth. And when we look at what's going on with their rotation, this is where we're going to get into the number 243. Earth rotates on its axis once every 24 hours. That's one Earth day. And about 365 times of those rotations, those Earth days, 365 days, we have one Earth year. Venus is rotating on its axis once every 243 Earth days. And in 243 Earth years, Venus is rotating 365 times on its axis. So we can see how these numbers are connecting with each other and how Venus and the Earth have this connection through the number magic. Also, there are 243 years between synodic Venus transits over the sun in the same area of the sky. This is so remarkable. I was very excited to really be able to witness the Venus transit over the face of the sun in 2012, the last time we had this happen. But what we want to look at here is the fact that there are 243 years between Venus transits in the same area of the sky and very close to the same sign and degree of Venus at the time of the transit. So if we look back to 1761, that was 243 years to 2004. There was one Venus transit in 1761 and another one in 2004. Then in 1769, a very significant Venus transit because it was when they had people calculating by watching the Venus transit and Venus going across the sun, the distance between the Earth and the sun and the size of our solar system. So there were some great things that were happening there when this happened in the summer in June of 1769. Now we go 243 years later, we have June 2012. And it was, again, another significant one. But interestingly, because 2012 was this year that was touted to be this major ending of the Mayan calendar in December 21st, 2012, and that December solstice was significant, as they all are, but not any more significant than any other December solstice, astrologically speaking. However, in June of 2012, we had this Venus transit over the sun that was remarkable to watch, and you could see it across the US. I was in Hawaii, I got to visit it, watch it there with a group of people. We were doing ceremony with it. It was really fantastic and amazing. And that was a bigger event. That was a way bigger, more significant event because it'll be 105 years before it happens again. And it won't be in the same part of the sky. It'll be 2117 in the opposite part of the sky. It'll be 2255 before it happens again in the exact same part of the sky 243 years later. So the Mayans were also tracking the Venus cycle. So it may have been this Venus transit that they were most interested in for 2012 rather than the December solstice of 2012, just something to contemplate. And we are definitely still feeling the impact of this Venus transit that happened back on in June of 2012. So now we're going to bring the 243 in a new way, but bear with me for a moment here as we look at Venus conjunct the North Node in Gemini. Literally, the North Node entered Gemini on May 4th, 2020, and is going to enter Taurus on January 18th, 2022. So the current Venus cycle that we're experiencing that began on June 10th of 2020 and goes until January 14th of 2022 is framed with the North Node being in the sign of Gemini the whole entire time. So when Venus rose up in Gemini back in June, it caught up to the North Node on August 5th of 2020, and will catch up again on May 17th of 2021. And here we see the May 17th conjunction. Now, interestingly, when Venus rose as morning star in June of 2020, it was with the star Aldebaran. And when they come back together, the North Node and Venus come back together, it's with the royal star Aldebaran, something I've talked about in other places and have articles about. If you're interested in finding out more of that, I'll probably do a video on that as well eventually. Now, here's the gift of having the North Node in Gemini. It's really about cultivating freedom, magic, and playful creativity, because the North Node is where we're headed. It has to do with how we're co-creating our destiny. It has to do with some of the seeds we may have planted in the past coming to fruition, but also what is it that what's the new direction that we're creating for ourselves. Now, the challenge can be that there's too much information, there's too many possibilities, and that can create a distraction from seeing and embracing new opportunities. If we have too many things to choose from, what do we choose? It's also time to act on new ideas and new perspectives and new insights. And with the from the perspective of what is yours to experience. So if it's yours, there'll be life force energy connected to it. There'll be excitement, there'll be passion, there'll be something that is enlivening about it that'll be creative and playful and fun, ideally. It depends, of course, on what other cycles you might be in, but this is we could imagine in a perfect world. That's what's going on. Now, the Venus and the North Node come together every 19 years. And so if we go back, we can go back as far as 1853, when Venus and the North Node came together twice in the sign of Gemini, but the meta goddess, or the cycle it was in, was Cancer. And then it came together twice in 1890 and 1891 in Gemini, but the meta goddess was Aries. So we have to jump to May 23rd, 1965, to find Venus conjunct the North Node. It was 13, almost 14 Gemini in the Gemini meta goddess cycle. So now if we look 56 years later, because every 56 years, Venus and the North Node come together. This is part of the shamanic timeline of events that happen. And we have seen some really remarkable things that happen for people around age 56. I know that was really remarkable for me. So May 17th, 2021 is 56 years later. And we have Venus conjunct the North Node in Gemini with the star Aldebaran. And so what's going to happen, and we have it happening twice. It actually happened in August and May, and in this Gemini cycle, but it's not coming together in the Gemini cycle. The North Node and Venus are not coming together in the Gemini cycle again for 243 years. And this is because, well, in 19 years, April 30th, 2039, Venus will conjunct the North Node. It's in the Capricorn cycle. The last May 4th of 2058, Venus is conjunct the North Node in Pisces. And what's happening is Venus is going to start rising in the sign of Taurus, no longer Gemini, in 2060. And so that means that literally there's no Venus North Node conjunctions happening when Venus is in the Gemini cycle again until June 16th of 2263. And that's 243 years from now. So there's that 243 showing up again. Now, I thought it might be fun just to look at the North Node conjunct Venus in 2039. That's 19 years away, 18 plus whatever. It's a ways away. And again, during the Capricorn meta goddess cycle, and pretty close to the same time, because we have May 17th, 2021, and the next time is April 30th, 2039. Not that they kind of, it comes back together fairly closely in that 19-year period, but it's just in a different cycle. Now, in June 16th, 2263, Venus has just risen into the morning sky. Venus is retrograde here, just risen into the morning sky to begin her journey as the Gemini goddess. And she's exactly conjunct the North Node, also around where the star Aldebaran is now. But in 243 years, it won't be as close as it is in 2021. Why the 2021 cycle is so precise? Because Aldebaran is moving 1 degree every 72 years. And so by 2263, it will have moved. It will no longer be around 10 degrees. It'll probably be more like 13 degrees of Gemini. So it is going to be the closest in this particular cycle, and the one that's happening on May 17th, 2021. So, as a way to really connect with this Gemini meta goddess, the rainbow goddess, and the whole cycle is about dying to who she thinks she is, so she can be reborn to who she truly is. And when she comes together with the North Node, if she has let go of all of these things that are in the way of her true self, her authentic self, she has the ability to create something new, a new destiny for herself. So this invocation is to help with that. So here we go. Beloved rainbow goddess of magic and mystery, you who live and exist within me, the part of me that knows and is aligned with divine authority and divine guidance. Thank you for your guidance, support, and assistance in helping me let go of what no longer serves. You who are filled with the power of heaven and earth, mighty in your message of playful creative expression, mighty in your message to be a divine messenger, mighty in your willingness to be a divine messenger, great, wise, and powerful goddess of sacred play. Guide me in wisely inspired actions that further radiant health and well being, releasing all the habits and behaviors that leave me feeling exhausted, out of balance, uninspired, critical of myself and others. Thank you for helping me release the burden of all the ways I do not fully trust myself, know myself, or remember my true divine inheritance. Thank you for reminding me not to take myself so seriously and to have more fun. It is done, it is so, and I give thanks. Blessed be. This is a great invocation to work with as at any time, and especially for those who have any kind of Gemini on their chart. But it's great even if you don't. So just something for you to work with. And if you, I'll put a link to where you can get access to this. So that completes this. We are activating a new destiny, letting go of the old, jumping to a new timeline. So if you want more information, if you want to be notified when I'm posting new videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Venus Alchemy is starting a new journey very soon. You can go to this venusalchemy.com to find that out. And Shamanic Astrology Mystery School is also very much into this, and a lot of this information comes from this work that has been is the foundation of the school. So if you want to find out more about that, you can do that. And here's to really having a more playful, fun, creative, exciting way of going forward.